Alright, welcome back adventurers to Tower TV. I am Wyatt here in Virginia Beach, and you will notice that we have myself, as last week was Alexa, as it is currently time to travel around for family and all of the good things. But before we get too far on that topic, let's go over what we are covering here today on stream. What I have for you are pre-orders that are coming on the horizon. I have some inventory updates this week in events, as we've had a lot going on, some Magic singles that are coming in, and some cool announcements that we get many times during the week. But now I actually have some progress, I guess I can put it, for everyone out there. Let's see. But for what we can start off with was some pre-orders on the horizon. Digimon is a newer TCG that has come out and has taken the shelves by storm. As far as what I've got, pre-orders that you can get in a Tower of Games in Virginia Beach and Newport News are Digimon Double Diamond Booster Boxes. Those are available for pre-order. As far as the release date is currently looking like November 19th. That's what it's looking like. However, do stay tuned and stay updated with us on our Facebook page. As we learn that information, I will do my best to get it to you guys whenever I have the opportunity. As far as what is also coming out for starter decks for Digimon, I have a release date for the Gallantmon and Ulforce Vidramon starter decks for December 10th, selling for about $12.99. Excuse me. There's also a Digimon Classic Collection booster box well on the way. The release date currently, going to do the little wavy hands again. The release date currently is going to be looking at around December 3rd. And is also featuring a lot of the faces from the old TV show. Because I recognized a few of them when I was getting the stuff together for the script. I recognized some of the faces from the old VHS tapes I would used to have. And I miss them dearly. Might get a few boxes myself. However, we'll see how funding turns out for me. But let's see. There's also Digimon Next Adventure available for pre-order. And so we have that. The current release date is going to be looking close to January 28th, 2022. And so that's what I got there. And that is all I've got for Digimon. But it is the season. The season of reason? I don't know. For Dungeons and Dragons. 5e is what is on everyone's lips, as Critical Role has had some new stuff coming out and about. But as far as what I've got here is the deets for the Strixhaven Curriculum of Chaos. AltCov and regular coming to physical locations. As far as what is in it, it is introducing the setting of Strixhaven. For those who aren't too familiar with where Strixhaven has come from, Strixhaven is the Magic the Gathering plane of existence that is basically a ginormous college. That is all it is. And so as far as what this book is going to allow you to do, it's going to allow you to take a lot of the cards and a lot of the cool things that you've seen inside of the Magic set and put them directly into a D&D campaign. And we have people showing up in chat. Prioletti, hello friend. And Tower of Games is responding. Thank you, tech person. It's like my fingers can't type and I can't talk at the same time. But that is what friends are for. Thanks, buddy. I'm getting the look of death right now, but that's okay. But yes, what you can get inside of this book is going to be the ways of building a character for the 5 schools that are inside Strixhaven. Those schools are Lorehold, a school of fiery historians and proud martial wizards. So if you would like to be a battle cleric or battle wizard doing justice to your ancestors or whatever historical figure may suit your fancy that day, you belong to Lorehold. There's also Witherbloom, and Witherbloom is creepily creative healers and nature mages. If you would like to grow a plant that smells absolutely of death but has wonderful healing properties, there you go, question mark? I don't know. Now we got a lot of people coming in. And we've also got Silverquill, some sharp-tongued orators, and ink mages. So, of all the D&D campaigns I have heard about, read about, seen about, whatever, I have never before seen a familiar that was just a blob of ink. I have never seen one. However, with Strixhaven, there you go. And there's also Quandrix. The Quandrix school is biologically inspired mathematicians and insufferable know-it-alls. I'm a little rusty, but that's okay. And we've also got Prismari, the explosive creatives and expressive thinkers. If your version of self-expression is a bomb and now a leveled corner of campus, there you go. No one was harmed in the making, because special effects. Or Prismari, whichever, take your pick. Jokes. But it also will include a poster map inside to guide players through a full degree at Strixhaven College. And so for Strixhaven, each of the 5 schools have their little corners spread out across campus. And so when you do actually get the book, and if you decide to run a campaign through it, each player will be able to have the opportunity to put themselves inside one of the 5 schools and take you, and the DM will be able to take you and your party through a full campaign. Let's see. Who is the tech god? I have a techie. I don't have a tech god. But that is all right. It is... okay. Fair enough. Let's see. Where was I? I completely forgot. There we go. Yep. And it also includes 4 adventures that can stand alone or be woven together. But as far as D&D, I have not yet seen a play group that's like, I want to play D&D to go to college. I just haven't seen it. But I do know a lot of people who want to have plants smell horrible and be the best thing for you. Because irony. I don't know. But that is everything that Strixhaven can bring to you play-wise. But mechanically, for all of my Dungeon Masters out there and good friends of all, there is a new race available! Owlins! You get to play a big old fluffy owl and you stomp around and you're a big old wizard. It's great. Owl wizards! Tech for the tech god. Indeed. You have thus been deemed. You have thus been deemed. I'd get you a little hat now. Let's see. And there are also new spells and magic items to reflect the college that you've selected. And so as I mentioned that each school has like its own little flavor that can do their own sort of things. Each of the schools have ways that can be, I won't say understood separately. There are other magics that exist in 5e that are similar to what each of the schools do, but now there are specialized spells and magic items that each of the different characters, each of the different schools, are able to take as they explore the Forgotten Realms. Let's see. So I could be an owl wizard who contracts lycanthropy and becomes an owl bear. The biology side of my brain is like, what is happening? However... that does make sense. Hold on. Now you have to riddle me this. So if an owlbear does get lycanthropy, does their beak grow teeth or does it just become jagged? It just becomes jagged? Jagged owlbear beak. There you go. And as far as my favorite part, there are over 40 new additions to the D&D bestiary for monsters and NPCs alike. It is going to be a fun time of figuring out what a giant blob of ink can do to a party of very fun wizards. As a vicious mockery for the Silver Quill School has taken a whole new meaning. And that release date, as far as what is going to be coming out, is probably going to be looking at around December 7th with an alternate and regular cover. And we have also covered the other book that is on today's agenda before, but just for a quick review, is Fizban's Treasury of Dragons. I'm a fantasy fan. I like dragons. You're probably a fantasy fan because you're here in a game store channel. You probably like dragons. Do you like dragons? I'm just going to reflect it. Sir, do you like dragons? I'm getting a very awkward wave. But yes, Fizban's Treasury of Dragons will be coming soon, and it is going to be the reveal of gem dragons. There are so many references I can make, but all of them are copywritten, and I'm sad. all the Sonic references I could be making, but I can't. But that's okay. And there's also a large expansion of the bestiary for D&D already with Strixhaven. But now you can just have any kind of dragon you could ask for. It's a big old mixing pot. You just drop in your like unpainted dragon mini. Just dunk it in like 3 or 4 colors of paint. Give it a wash. And then you just have a new gem dragon. And it sparkles and it's great. But there are also going to be dragon-themed subclasses for monks and rangers. I have not been able to find the full details of what those subclasses will look like, despite how far I search across the infinite internet. But if you are looking to pick it up and find out, set your calendars for October 26th for when that book arrives in store to a Tower of Games near you. Or visit us online at towergames.com and we'll just ship it to you. So you can have the joy of Tower of Games right at your door. Ching! But also on the release schedule is going to be the Pioneer Challenger decks. For those who aren't familiar with the format, Pioneer is like a little offshoot of Modern, where Modern is, if I remember correctly, 7th or 8th edition and onwards. Pioneer will be taking up the helm of Return to Ravnica onwards. so that way you are able to get a lot more of the modern sets and give them a good old concentration. And you just take those onto a tournament, and then you just wreck house. But as far as those decks that will be coming in, I have Orzhov Auras, I have a Lotus Field combo deck, and I've also got good old Burn and Azorius Sprites. Those decks are going to be releasing on October 15th, 2021, and those are going to be priced at $49.99. About the same price as a Commander deck, but I am very much assuming that if they are releasing these for this high of a price tag in comparison to the old Challenger decks, there is going to be things inside these decks that make them worth that price hike. That is my guess. I have not yet seen the full deck list, but if you have seen the full deck list, let us know in chat what awaits us. But that is all I've got for pre-orders. Now we are moving on directly to inventory. Because as a physical store, I have things everywhere. Literally everywhere. And so if there is a specific item you are interested in hearing about, feel free to let me know in chat, and I can answer it as the best of my ability indoors. I can see most of the store from back here. But moving on, I have Omniforged now in store. Omniforged is a 3D printing brand that we have partnered with here at Tower of Games, and they have a full line of 3D printed resin miniatures that they are wanting to spread to one and all who may desire them. I'm still waiting on some feedback to see how they paint up, but I'm sure they're going to look fantastic, as they are highly detailed miniatures ranging from Hobgoblins, Brotherhood of Paladina, the Thieves Guild, and some of them are even mounted. So if you like to be a Thieves Guild person on a giant raven, go for it. I've also got Swamp Lizard / Frogmen and Flame Dwarves Barbarians. Now for special order in Tower of Games, Virginia Beach, if you are looking. And for a big topic that has always been big, because it's literally measured by tons, Battletech. Battletech! That's okay. Where's Scott? Is Scott here? I don't see Scott. That's fine. Scott, I remember you. Come back! No, that's fine. But yes, Battletech 4 Clan Invasion boxes. I have 4 left on the shelves. Yep, there he is. Hi, Scott! That's how we get the chat moving. We have to call them here. We have to just like a little horn just go. Wah. But yes, I have 4 Clan Invasion boxes in stock, and I have 6 of the initiative decks for Battletech. And as far as the rule books, the ones that I have a very good supply of, I have the advanced rules, I have core books, and I have strategic operations. If you are looking for those to help assist in any of your Battletech gaming options, feel free to find us in store in Virginia Beach or Newport News. And we also have a sale going on currently. X-Wing has been doing very well in the recent time, and we thought we'd help them with getting a few of the models off our shelves. So if you are looking for some X-Wing models in Virginia Beach, I have a good selection up and running of some what looks to be Mandalorian and Rebellion ships, along with a few damage decks. So if you are looking to find some to add to your collection, feel free to pop on in. Let's see, and this one also has a back. Yes? Yes. All right. For the hard topic of this weekend is going to be Pokemon celebrations. Now, hold on, Pokemon. I will promise I will get to you. However, for the celebrations release that was this past week, we have most of our inventory stuck on pre-orders that were placed. That being said, we do have more on the way. So, if you would like to get something that you can get in store same day, I have the V Battle decks on the shelves and ready for purchase. But for everything else, I do have orders that are available to be taken. So if you would still like some Elite Trainer boxes, any more of the pin collections or anything else that was supposed to come out with this main release, feel free to let us know in store, and I can easily put you in for a special order, and we can get it to you on the release date of the 22nd. And if we aren't able to fill everything on the 22nd, just bear with us. We are doing our best as we get everything through, because Pokemon Celebrations was huge. Less you could say it was well celebrated. Hey, I'm just gonna go do my job now. But yes, that is what that is looking like. Hey, friends! Sorry, if you guys are wondering where all these new people are coming from, this is from the Tower of Games Discord. And the Tower of Games Discord will be linked when this video is posted. If not, I will be sure to send invites whenever you visit me here in Virginia Beach. Come to the coast, where we do the most? Question mark? Print that. We'll get to that later. But yes, 4 other items that we do have in D&D miniatures. I have 2 words. Please help. Please help. Because as far as where I am sitting right here behind, I am just looking immediately to my left. My attention is garnered by massive orange boxes and a giant golden dragon. It's like, what, 10 feet in the air, I think? 10, 12 feet in the air? Yeah, if you want some dragons, please help. I am no longer able to fit that many miniatures on the shelves, so if you're looking for elves, humans, dwarves, orcs, if you're looking for whatever dragons you're looking to pick up for Fizzbands, if you're looking for demons or whatever else, feel free to come on in to Virginia Beach and go shopping. I will happily be there and hold the basket for you. Just hold out the basket, just put in whatever you want. Just put in whatever you want, and then we'll check you out. Because D&D minis are for everybody. Let's see. That is what I've got. TowerGames.com. Yep. And we've also got the mystery booster bricks in. If you are not familiar with what that is, a booster pack for a trading card game is a little pack wrapped up nice and neat with a whole bunch of random cards inside. A booster brick for D&D is going to do the same thing. And so they have little blind boxes that you can get. It's normally going to have about 4 to 5 minis, depending on how the sizing is. And you can get one of those, crack it open, and then you have ready-to-play, fully painted miniatures for your campaigns. Or if you just want to increase your chances, there are full bricks of it. Full bricks is going to be about 8 of those blind boxes put together. And that's for peoples! Amazing, easy to paint, use D&D minis. Ah, yes! Game of Thrones minis questions! I love this. Alright, so, for... I get another death glare from behind camera. This is great. You have probably heard me talk about it before. The Song of Ice and Fire miniatures are wonderful for a lot of the D&D games or Pathfinder games even that do exist. Because Game of Thrones is going to be a kind of lower fantasy setting than some of like your D&D settings, World of Warcraft, whatever else. Because their shoulder pads aren't the size of rocks. They are literally your men-at-arms with their shields, swords. You're going to have different families that each have different aesthetics. If you would like to be a knight on the ground with a warhammer and a helmet with antlers on it, that is House Baratheon. Or if you would like to be Sir Clegane and you just want to run him as a Goliath mini, knock yourself out because he's big. But as far as painting, they are going to prime just as easily as any of the other miniatures. And I have not painted them yet, but from what I have seen, they look amazing. And they also use movement trays for the actual game of Song of Fire and Ice. And you can also paint the trays if you prime them up, and you can paint them real nice. I got Greyjoys in on the way, and it's going to look like they're storming a beach. It's going to be great. Moving on. Next is going to be Game Genic. Genic? Cool. I swear I'm just going to nickname you Ferb at this rate because you don't talk on stream and it's hilarious. But yes, for Game Genic. You can't see it because of how the camera is angled. My overstock is nothing but Game Genic. And so if you are looking for any place to store trading cards, whether it's Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic, Digimon, or even a card game that has long passed but is still remembered in your heart and you want to keep them safe, or if it's Flesh and Blood, and you are looking to join our new tournaments on Sunday afternoons, gosh, then they will keep all of your supplies safe and sound. I have dungeons in stock. The dungeons are going to be able to hold 1,100 cards or more, depending on what size game it is. And those are going to be running for $59.99. I've got card layers that are going to be holding 400 plus. Those are going to be running at $49.99. I've got game layers that are going to be running for $79.99, but they are able to kind of deconstruct and have a dice tray with them. Why shop at multiple things when you can buy the one thing and it just does it all? Woohoo! Burps. And that's what I've got for Game Genic. But for the next adorable little thing, the cute, adorable little thing that is made of simply plastic, but it is scrumptious, is Tokidoki. Tokidoki is a whole brand of nothing but unicorns. It is nothing but unicorns and other just adorably drawn items put into a miniature form. And as far as what we have that is fairly new and in is going to be Zodiac Unicorns that are continuing to roll in. And what I have on the shelves right now are going to be Taurus, Aries, Leo, Virgo, and Libra. Those are the unicorns that I have in, and each one is drawn to characterize the different zodiacs as they emerge. We don't have the rest of them in just yet, but if you are looking to acquire them, simply let us know and I'll see what I can do for you. And that is it for the inventory things that I have. This week in events, things that have happened, things that have permeated the waves of listening by ear or the internet. But speaking of the internet, is going to be Critical Role Comic-Con shenanigans. Because lo and behold, I like D&D. People out there also like D&D. So spread the news of D&D coming to Amazon. And so we've all heard that the hit D&D series that is going to be, that has been DM'd by Matt Mercer and is still being DM'd by him, has been going to get a TV series, and now Comic-Con has delivered. And so with the cast performing their roles from the campaign of the Vox Machina, they are performing the roles of, gosh, I can only remember Grog. That's only because I enjoy his voice. But you get to see the full cast actually performing the roles of their characters from the campaign on camera and to the actual animation that you will see in the show upon its release. And as far as a visual likeness, you can kind of compare the visual to what you would see in Avatar: The Last Airbender. So it's going to be that similar cartoony but still serious enough tone where it's playful, but Percy looks real good. That's why. I remembered Bad News. You always just gotta name the guns. It's great. But yep, that is what we have. And as far, they also revealed the intro. But as a warning, as we are a kid family-friendly store, there is going to be some explicit language. And so, younger audiences, younger viewers, please do ask your parents first. My job is done. And Flesh and Blood for this week. Our first Flesh and Blood tournament was today in at 1 p.m. We had a pretty decent turnout. We were able to fire. Yay! To describe what that means to those who aren't too familiar with us, fire means it happened. And so we put out the announcement, we've had people show up, and we were hoping that word is going to spread. And as far as what the event was able to fire with, we had some newer players coming in, and I always get the usual face of, I'll be seeing y'all next week, because that was cool! And I'm like, yes it was, we'll see you next week. With hopefully more decks, because I think we're almost sold out of the Blitz decks. But no fear, because they will be restocked when we do have the chance. Let's see. What's this? Already did that. Standard this week. Let's see. Standard is growing ever so slightly, and with each event, it has been firing consistently. And so if you are looking to try your hand at some 60-card Magic the Gathering with the newest cards from Midnight Hunt, Strixhaven, Kaldheim, and whatever else does indeed float your fancy, feel free to come in and see me on Tuesdays, because I will be playing in Standard, because I miss being able to play the games that I sell. Or if you just want to beat up on my poor little Standard deck. Tear. But that's fine. I deserve it. But that is it that I've got for the events that are coming in this week. But I've also got some news for Magic Singles. I don't do this very often because Magic Singles are a way of life in a game store. I've got 3 cases that are always rotating in and out of cards. I've got some things that come, some things that go, and I've got a whole bunch of things that just kind of sit. I've got some things that go to the back. It's just a way of life. But the reason I'm putting a note in this week's episode is because we have about 2 to 3 long boxes, of nothing but cards. It is full, packed, you can't even shake it around. It is just that many cards that is going to be stickered and put out onto the floor sometime this week. Or if you are shopping online with us, you can find that at dialgames.com or our TCG page as well if you like to find them online, and we can ship them directly to you. But for announcements, there are not many, because this one announcement is one that I am asked about 7-8 times a week, I think. I think that's the right number. Might be more. It might be 78. I can't remember. I just got back from a road trip. But we are now hiring for a... voice crack. We are now hiring for a seasonal position. That seasonal position is going to be for a sales associate here on the floor here in Virginia Beach. You'll be able to join myself. You'll be able to join the rest of the Tower of Games crew. And you can send your application and cover letter into the email address jobs@towerofgames.com. JOBS. No, not ampersand. That's the other thing. @ towerofgames.com. Send your resume and cover letter to that email address, and hopefully we'll see you here in store. Let's see. When can we come play board games? Let's see. I believe board game night is Thursdays? Yeah! Board game night is Thursdays. And to describe how that works, for the board games, we have some options that are here in store. However, whenever I see the board game people in, they always have at least 5 or 6 on them, sometimes per person. And so there will be no concern for any of our new arrivals if there is something to play. There is always something to play. Just bring you and your friends, and there will be a big old board game party hanging on in the back of the store. And that is when you can come in for board game night. And Tuesdays for Newport News. Thank you, Kenna. Reporter voice much, huh? I plead guilty. But yes, that is everything that I have for this, I was about to say season. Do we have enough episodes to make a season? I don't think so. Anyway, that is all that I have for this episode of this week of Tower of Games TV. Pokemon for celebrations? I mentioned celebrations. I got this. I got this, bro. I'm being doubted. Rude! But yes, I will see you guys next time. Bye!